Hold on. Okay, cool. We got this set up. GoPro's running low on battery, so we're gonna make this short, sweet, and quick. This is a week 4 update. As you see today, we're at a lake. We're at Stony Creek Metro Park. It's pretty cool. It's a park near my house. And let's get into the title for the video today, which is Less is More, and talk less, do more. Goes perfect into the theme of today because today's gonna be a short video as the GoPro is running low. So yeah, it's perfectly on theme today. So really what I want to address is how so much really happens in life, and what I like to do is talk about what's going on and write about what's going on. And it's too much sometimes. Like really, sometimes you have to let things flow, internalize that. And it's good to get things out, but you should not. I think the key is to not let the external representation of that stop you from doing the internal work, because there's a lot of work that needs. As I was saying, GoPro keeps dying, but there's a lot of work to be done. You shouldn't let that external thought of it, that representation of it, take over that internal work that needs to be done. So how this relates to my life, a lot of stuff's going on. Moving back into college soon. Got home from my internship in Atlanta, Georgia. Really cool stuff. And I found myself wanting to write, wanting to do stuff or talk about doing stuff. I made like a LinkedIn post, Instagram post, but I wasn't really doing the work. Like there's still so much things I need to get done. Like I have videos to edit, I have emails to send, stuff to respond to, things to set up. I noticed that it's very easy to talk, but it's way harder to actually do. And the doing is what's so important. My roommate said something that was pretty interesting the other day. Might have been a month ago now, it was a while ago when we were talking, but it's the 80-20 rule, how 80% of your outputs follow 20% of your inputs. So I've been trying to focus on what are those 20% things that actually get me my 80% results. So that's kind of less is more, doing less things. Hopefully in that 20% that gets me to that 80% output, doing less things and focusing more on those so that I can achieve a greater output. And a lot of this has kind of sprouted from like my current mood, I guess you could say. I just don't want to be bothered. Too much going on. While I was on my internship, taking meetings, calls all day, so many emails, and now kind of going back to school, I'm facing the same thing. And it can kind of be a lot, I'm not gonna lie. And that's what I'm saying, the work needs to be done, so I need to continue to do all this stuff. But I want to find ways to minimize it, because I find myself still being way too scattered, not focused enough, and way too just like, the word's not drawn out, but I'm not focused enough. I'm not making the progress I would like in certain areas, for example, this content stuff, because there's too many other things going on in my mind. Now I know some things are temporary, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna move in, that'll be great. I'm going to get my laptop set up, that'll be great, right? But you can always find an excuse for something else to do. And I'm at the point where I don't want any more excuses. I want to get these things done. I have goals to reach, right? We have things to do. So that's my current mentality, which really leads into talking less. Like I want to talk less. I don't want to be bothered. I want to sit down and just do what I need to do and kind of let the work do the talking for me. So I think that is a really good attitude to apply to what you're doing, that eventually get to the point with the work. And when I say work, that really just means, my definition of that might just be action towards goals, or action towards a lifestyle you want to achieve, or something like that. But I think if you're doing the work will speak for itself eventually. And if you're talking about it before it gets to that point, that can be okay in moderation, but then you could trick other people to think that you're doing more work than you're actually doing. You could trick yourself into thinking you're doing more work than you're actually doing, and you're spending time talking about the work instead of actually doing it. So I think honestly, just kind of like being silent, building in silence, working in silence, and then coming out later to talk about it is key. And I think that's a very big theme we're going to be having on this channel. With my other channel, Aeronor Adventures, we did a lot of vlogging over the summer, and that's cool, but I felt like I was doing too much talking. I wanted like hit the ground running with some things. So as LeBron might say, 0 dark 30 mode. I know Alex Hormozy has a bunch of sayings about just doing the work that needs to be done. Yeah, man, but social media is kind of one of those things where like the work sometimes is talking. It's kind of interesting. It's a paradox. Life's a paradox. That can be, maybe that'll be next week's theme. We'll see. It's a whole nother video. But yeah, doing the work is key. And really, I don't see anything that can stop you if you're kind of focused and staying in your own lane. LeVar Ball, maybe I'll edit all these people in. LeVar Ball up here somewhere talks about staying in your lane. And that's so true. If you're focused on yourself and your mission and what you're trying to do, you won't even, you'll essentially run out your competition because you're not competing with anyone else besides yourself. And that yourself is something you can control. So maybe talking to yourself might be key. But just doing the work, showing up, presence. And yeah, I think that's really where progress is made. And on this channel, for me personally, I need to make a lot of progress. Some other things in the life update. Let's see. It's cool right now. I'm chilling with the fam. It's really good to spend family time because that's not something you always get to get. That's not always something you always have time for. Sometimes you have to make time. I'm a big believer in making time, but especially family time, it's hard because the older you get, the more things you're doing generally. And sometimes it's not even all in the same place anymore. So it can be hard. Family time's key. Spending time with friends is key as well when you can. Taking advantage of your opportunities. The last thing I want to say too is that there's so much going on. You get emails, you get messages. The longer you make progress, the greater amount of progress that you make, the greater level opportunities you're gonna have to say no to. So having a season of no, having a season of working in silence is very important to get into where you want to get to. And you're gonna keep having opportunities thrown at you that are going to be great opportunities, but they're gonna distract you from your true path and what you really need to do. So getting that resilience and that awareness and that perspective to stay focused and say no to those great opportunities, you're essentially saying no to a short-term gain, so in the long term you can actually have a gain, because that short-term gain is going to take you off your long-term path. The main goal is long-term path. So knowing what opportunities to take is huge as well. I think we're gonna get going here. My GoPro might be dying. Really cool view outside. We're at the park right now, the lake. So yeah, but I hope you enjoyed this video, little life update. Going back to MSU soon. And yeah, maybe there'll be more in the next update, but I'm in between stress, chill, zen, trying to be patient. But yeah, life is just lifing. So hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys next time. There'll be more fitness content out, more videos. We're niching that down a little bit too. Really just trying to be more minimalistic. The less is more is going to be applied to every area of my life where I can, and creates less confusion, allows for more direct path straight to our goals, and easier for everyone. So yeah.